Hello, good evening. My name is Reggie and I'm a senior at LaSalle. This video is for a film review about the film I just watched, The Game Changer. That's a really great film. It really changed my view on meats and plant-based foods. And I'm gonna dive a little bit deeply and discuss about it. So the movie The Game Changer is about Jack, who was a UFC fighter. He was training other army groups, or there was one scene where he trained African soldiers to help protect the animals. So what he really was focusing on is how that athletes were able to excel their peers and they were eating plant-based diets. There's always a factor where you heard the fiction where eating meat gets you stronger, real men eat meat protein. Well, this conspiracies actually have been false, with studies shown on the internet as well as on the Netflix movie. Actually, the higher protein is more into plants. If you think about it, back into the caveman time, or even back to the gladiators, they ate a lot of plant foods. They were vegans. There was a study done by scientists where they took bone minerals from the gladiators and did the bone density and found out that they ate plants, and a lot of vegans. When you think about it, it's like, gladiators were always fit and strong, right? And always tried to be in competition, and you would think, oh, they ate steaks, meat, fish, chicken, all types of meat, right? Well, the whole time they were actually eating a lot of plants. Plants actually have very good benefits. I took down a lot of great notes on that. So why athletes or anyone else in the population should choose plant-based diets? Because studies have been shown that they reduce risk of heart diseases, metabolic syndromes, diabetes, certain cancers like colon, breast, and prostate cancer, depression in older people, and decreased rates of fertility, along with mental and physical function. As always, as you lower your diabetes and lowering your heart blood pressure, your cholesterol as well, which is all health benefits that we should have low and healthy. The health plant-based diets are really good for you. I love some cute points that he pointed out into the movie. He showed a Olympic lifter where he actually had been eating plant-based diet foods for a number of years, and he was actually broke the Guinness World Record. He lifted up a trolley. So it is where it's like a T-bar. You have 4 plates in front of you, so 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and his objective is to carry it across the stage. Now that weight was about 1,200 pounds. So 1,200 pounds, one man carried that across the stage, all from eating plant-based diet foods. Amazing, right? Yes, so I said to myself. It was actually mind-blowing because I did not know that plants had so much nutrition in it and so much protein in it. They have high carbs, very good fats, So, and also with this too, it's not just you think of your plants, as you just the vegetables and stuff. It's also its fruits as well as your legumes, seeds and oils, things like that as well, all count to eating plant-based foods instead of meat-based foods. When you think about it, when you look into the jungle and stuff, you see the big animals like a gorilla, for instance, or an ox. What are they eating? They're eating grass. They're eating plants that surround them, and they're so big and strong, So that's just something I think count for as well, And definitely, I would say the media had a wrong steering with food. Especially in America, it shows, you would like to see, you see commercials that always say, eat more beef, you get bigger, you get leaner and stronger, drink more milk, wherein actually those things can actually hurt you in the long run and lead to some diseases. It increases more inflammation as well. Plant-based food actually decreases inflammation. You have more testosterone, and it just betters the overall health. There was one study that I had seen where the doctor took 3 collegiate students. He showed a difference between eating a plant-based food and animal-based food and had them sleep overnight to see how was their blood pressure and how were things flowing through their body, testosterone levels, glucose levels, things in that nature, and did a compare and contrast. And the plant-based was actually, for some of the students, it was 100% increase rate compared to eating meat. So just in that one night of them eating, they had a burrito, a plant-based burrito that they ate, bean burrito, and compared to they had a regular way. It was good too, a regular organic chicken burrito. So just over one night, they seen a big change in their results. So that was actually kind of mind-blowing. Some other things that I really loved about the movie was how they broke it down. They always did a compare and contrast to animals and to plants, showing you the differences between different athletes, where it was a cyclist, it was a UFC fighter, world heavyweight champion boxer, a strength and conditioning coach. That one was really cool because the guy was actually 62 years old. Come to find out that he was in a 10-year plant-based diet, which shows why, because when he trained clients that were 20 years old, they couldn't match his skills, and they couldn't, not really match his skills, but they were getting tired, more fatigued than him. He said that he did 800 kettlebell swings in one session, the trainer that does the plant-based, compared to his clients that could only do about half of that. And they were 40 years younger than him. You know, that's really amazing. The guy had a nice physique. He was really toned and cut, probably like 4 to 5% body fat, if that, all coming from plants. Yeah. So that was really cool. They show other trainers as well. One trainer actually said he hadn't ate meat all of his life, and the guy was big. You know, he was really fit, big biceps, big pecs, you know, everything. And he'd been in a plant-based diet all of his life. So I thought that was really cool because I always had a conspiracy that you should get your proteins in, right? So when I think of proteins, I always thought of fish, chicken, eggs, steaks, stuff in that nature, when really you don't need that at all. The body actually is supposed to have more plants. They did a compare and contrast to other animals that have canine teeth naturally, so carnivores, they can just rip through meat easily. As to humans, we have more of a grinding teeth, so the chompers in the back are used for chewing up plants and things like that. So if you think about it, we were naturally made to eat plants. I thought that was really cool. I definitely would recommend this movie to everyone, honestly, especially I would say to athletes. Definitely, you want to go into the high collegiate level or professional, this will benefit you a whole bunch. I mean, it showed athletes where they switched their eating and they actually won more games. They gained 6 pounds of muscle. I'm sorry, they lost 6 pounds of fat. They gained 2 to 3 pounds of muscle within 7 days. It was just a really good change they seen, and they felt better internally. You know, it's like they instantly was like, wow, I have more energy, I have more fuel, and they can just go run a marathon or something like that. So that was really cool to see. As well as, yeah, anyone that just want to change their diet, you know, just eat a little more healthier, because that really does promote good health, eating lots of plants. So I definitely say I would recommend it to anyone, honestly, even starting from kids, because, you know, that's going to help you out. If you start, the earlier the better, getting ahead of the game. The stuff that they talked about is definitely credible sources. I did the research with what they said in the movie to compare it if they were true or not, and it was true. It was actually 100% right on. So that is good. If you review the movie, that you at least know that the sources are credible and they are very valid, very valid. I like how Jack, his dad, was actually suffering from a heart disease. So Jack did a 7-day plant-based diet with him. It took him a little bit to switch over because where they come from in England, there's really a lot of meat. It's a rural area, so it's not that really, it's not as much as that, not really plants around, but it's just majority of people are not that educated on it, so they may not know how much benefits you can get from high in a plant diet. So Jack did that, and he actually helped his father lower the chance of the heart disease. He helped him to see more years. They celebrated his next birthday when he was 72 years old, so that was a blessing. So he really was just showing that if you eat more plants, it will help you internally. As he did an experiment on his father and things came out well. So I thought that was really amazing. I would definitely like to try this on, well, of course myself first, but definitely one of my relatives I would like to do that with. So yes, so as back to what I was saying with animal foods that are not good for you, actually colon cancer can come from meat, especially with chicken. It raises the risk higher. They have shown that, so back in the dinosaur days, or not even that, but before then, plants were actually buried into the earth. So some scientists dug them up and seen that there were some small minerals of plants that were near the old bones. So they put, of course, again, 2 and 2 together, that back in those thousands of years ago, that they literally ate plants. There was rarely of them eating meat. They really ate plants, and they were really in shape, nice, healthy. So that goes back to what I was saying, that a plant-based diet is really beneficial. It really is. For the vitamin, essential part is B12. That's the only thing where you might have to take a supplement for. Other than that, plants have everything, to the micronutrients to the macronutrients. They also provide essential amino acids, which that comes from protein. The proteins, amino acids, our body cannot produce all of the proteins, so that's where you eat plants to get the essential amino acids. So you get in the full compound in you, which is gonna help the muscle, your muscle mass grow. So that's really gonna help you if you're looking to get bigger. It's also stretch body fat, as well as improve cardiovascular health, as well as fitness and wellness and mental health as well. There was a saying that he said, if you want a bigger brain, eat more plants. And there was evidence that showed that it actually is true. Eating more plants is more nourishment to the brain. Can help with you more cognitive thinking and things like that in nature. So it's just so much stuff that comes from the plant that I did not know, where I did a little bit of research and definitely paying attention to the movie where I learned a lot. It was a very good movie. I give it 5 out of 5. And if anyone looking to check it out, if you have a Netflix account, it's on there, or you could just Google it and hopefully find it somewhere else. My name is Reggie Dow. You guys have a great evening, and don't forget to go check The Game Changer.